It's your girl, Claudia Jordan, and welcome to Cocktails with the Queens. I'm back with my girls, Vivica A. Fox. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
Selena Johnson. Hey, girl.
Hey, hey.
And international traveler, Miss Lisa Ray. How you doing, girl?
I'm in the house. I'm here and I'm with y'all. Hello.
All right. I'm your girl, Claudia Jordan. And of course, tonight we are dishing about everything trending in the news and in the world of social media. And we have a fun show for y'all tonight. I just want to say a quick update. We were supposed to have Yolanda Adams on tonight, but she got something came up. So we will reschedule her interview to join the Queens when she gets the time. And we will make sure we will bring that interview to you. All right, ladies, what y'all drinking on tonight?
I am having my usual Pinot Noir in my Baccarat glass.
Okay.
I'm actually giving Vivica A. Fox today. I have Pinot Noir as well. So.
Oh, and I'm giving you good old glass. Empty.
Come on, glass.
We can't even get no awa in there.
Just
put some awa in there. You good?
And I didn't no H2. Just
internationally known. Come on now.
So I never tried. You said what now?
I said I'm hydrating.
That's right. I heard that. Listen, I didn't have time to get a drink because I literally was jogging, ran the house, took a shower, bumped the ends, and jumped on here with y'all. So no drinking for me tonight, but I'll sure be drinking later on because before we get to the show real quick, I just want to say tonight I want to announce that I'll be appearing in VH1's Couples Retreat that comes on right after this show. Girls.
Girl, I'm going to be watching, girl.
Let's take a look at
Are you clowning?
I mean, you know how I do. Let's take a look at the trailer.
And we gonna see.
Do it.
VH1's Couples Retreat returns.
A celebration of love and transformation.
With 6 new celeb couples looking to face the reality of their relationships.
We really want to dig deep and help you find your truth.
Something's missing in our relationship.
You ain't the best I've ever had.
With trust.
Do you honestly believe that Styles cheated once?
Infidelity.
I get one side chick a month.
I just look like a clown at this point.
And romance.
Are you attracted to her sexually?
No.
Ooh, that hurt me.
Oh, you ain't the best I ever had. Okay, well, I heard that.
You know, he was complaining about our sex life a lot, and it's like I said in the show, it ain't like nothing's wrong with my stuff, nothing wrong with his stuff. But sometimes when things are lacking outside the bedroom, mentally for a woman, that's where foreplay starts with us, and you're just not as into it. So things have changed. So we're gonna get all into that, and we get into it. I cried about 5 times on the show.
That's too bad.
That sounds like love.
But love is hard. I mean, the one thing that you find out about a relationship is that it takes 2 to tango, and you both are going to have good times and bad times. But because you love each other, you'll figure out a way to balance it out.
Yeah,
it's very interesting. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say it's going to be interesting to see, how everybody's stories unfold, because not everything can stand the test of television and criticism. So we're going to see it bring the truth out. It bring the truth on up and out.
And, it's one thing to do the show and no one sees it because we kind of did it. We couldn't really post that much, just our outfits. But now that the show airs, I get to see what he was saying about me when I was around, and he gets to see what I was saying about him. And then we also got to see what the people's opinions are. So that should be interesting. I've been on TV before, but KJ has not. So it's going to be.
Ooh, welcome to the big game. That's all I got.
I'm watching it.
Ooh.
I will be drinking.
I'm going to be watching it and texting you the whole time.
Okay.
Oh, did such and such say that? There's going to be so much text.
Yeah. And one of the couples, I get into it with her man because I don't like the way he's treating her. And it kind of, CJ classic, mouthpiece. Okay, enough about me. Let's get into these hot topics. We have to talk about this super horrific story, the racially motivated mass shooting that happened on Saturday at a grocery store in a predominantly Black area in Buffalo, New York, that claimed the lives of 10 people and wounded 3 others. The shooter was identified as 18-year-old Peyton S. Gendron, a white male who is pleading not guilty to first-degree murder. Now it's being reported that he drove 200 miles from Conklin, New York to Buffalo and allegedly wrote a white supremacist manifesto before the shooting. What are your thoughts on this tragedy? Selena, let's start with you.
2 words. Kyle Rittenhouse. See, because when you let him free and you didn't penalize him for having that gun in the middle of all of that chaos and shooting the people, you made it open season even more for this type of foolishness. Another 2 words, gun laws. The fact that we don't get a hold of these gun laws and we keep allowing, like in the state of Georgia, it's okay to be packing. It's okay. And so, see, it's because of that these white supremacists just take matters into their own hands. And because the consequences are not crucial enough, they just feel like, they take their good old fashioned privilege that they were born with. And now this new world that we're in, that's a piece of shit. And then they add the shit up and then you get shit like this. So I'm actually infuriated. And because white people always talking about why y'all ain't got over slavery, why y'all still complaining about rape. Well, this is why. This is why we're still complaining about things, because racism is still very alive and well and very current and very ridiculous. And they're still killing Black people. And I'm actually sick of this shit. And it's scary. Like, you don't know. The first thing I thought was like, man, is Atlanta next? You know what I'm saying? Because it was another shooting in LA, like in California. So it's like the world is going to hell in a handbag. I'm totally completely over this white supremacy shit. And the government needs to do something about this ASAP.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever got the feeling that when you do good, it just don't prove right? Like when you try, because even when I try to get a gun, I try to get global, whatever, and they want to go all into my background and they want to tell me what I can't do. And then it's like, but I'm not even trying to get it just seems so, you know how cliche when you say that, after 2 steps of goodness, then you get 3 steps of badness, and you got to just keep on getting up. And it's like Selena said,
true, Lisa Ray.
Yeah. And it feels like, why isn't it the other way around? Why can't we have more goodness? And then we know the bad is going to come. And then because we have a lot of goodness, it gives us time to grow and get bigger and better and bolder. And then when that thing come to knock us down, we're strong enough to jump right back up. But when it's always bad and bad and bad, it takes away a little bit of hope every day on a situation that should not be as critical and as scary as this world has made us paranoid of.
I hear you.
We have PTSD, not just post, but present traumatic goddamn stress.
Yes, we do.
And I'm sick of it.
Vivica, what do you think about this?
The story absolutely broke my heart. Because if you look at the majority of the victims, they were little ladies, going to the grocery store. One lady, she was coming from seeing her man at the nursing home and was stopping by to get some food. The young men, they were hit helping some of the older ladies out of the store with their groceries. They mom and them raised them right. Yes. To help an old lady. And in our country, when you see that they're more concerned about what a woman is doing with her body, but white men are terrorizing our neighborhoods and are becoming terrorists, where 18-year-old child can get that much access to guns and has that much hatred in his heart that he would drive 2.5 hours to a Black neighborhood. And they said he went there the day before. It broke my heart. It really did, because that could have been my mama. That could have been my sister. That could have been our aunties that was going to the store to just feed their families.
Yes. Yes.
And one of the girls wasn't even from there.
It hurt. And then the one security guard that tried to, shoot back, he couldn't penetrate because the boy had on body armor. Where he getting this stuff from?
Exactly.
Where is he getting this stuff from? Y'all more concerned about stupid shit than making sure that people can live. You feeling scared to go to the grocery store now. That it's just, why is there so much hate?
And you just don't know when it's going to happen. It can happen any day when you wake up and simply going to church, going to school, going across the street, going to the grocery store. It happens like this, and your whole life and your existence can be over just because someone looking at you and your color of your skin, and they woke up with a mental illness and something wrong with them.
And the fact that he also planned that had they not stopped him, he was just going to go down the street and just keep on killing Black people in this neighborhood. You know, like, who's not paying attention? And where are his parents?
The parents allowed all this to happen. I'm sorry. I couldn't sneak eyeliner on in the house when I was a teenager living with my mother. Yet these kids are ordering body armor, getting dropped off, getting guns, mapping out their plans. We are not talking to Black people right now. We know what's up. We know what's good. We don't do that. We don't operate like this. I'm talking to white people. White people that claim to be our allies. Y'all need to check y'all's community, because this is not the majority. This is a minority. This is about 35% of our country that's wiling out right now. And all this, the Asians, Blacks, Latinos, all this nonsense that we got with each other, we need to recognize who is murking us like left and right and knock it off, because they are the enemy. Not all white people, of course not. But there's a percentage of people here that have ill will towards us. And I don't know what's been up under their skin as of late, where it's been activated. Well, we know what, but it's scary. There was a guy that was there to pick up cupcakes for his 3-year-old's birthday party.
You wanted to surprise him.
Murdered. And what are we gonna do? We can't just be mad on social media.
Yeah.
We can't just. I think Black people, we need to arm ourselves legally. That's what the Black Panthers were encouraging back in the day, because these laws, these kids are a lot of times get these guns legally.
And now is every place that we walk into now, we have to go through, with metal detectors. You know, like what is like we're supposed to live in the freest country in the world, that, you know, now it's like, you know, our world and our future and everyone has to be now arming themselves and what's going on.
And even when I saw it in the schools at first, when I saw metal detectors in the schools, I thought that was the craziest shit in the world. I was like, really, our kids? But now it's proven now that it need to be every damn well, because
that's right.
We got it down to our malls.
Trust nobody.
It's
Black
it's
men,
down to our malls.
Black men and Black women, go get yourselves legally armed and trained to use firearms. Go do it. Because these gun laws, they're taking advantage of them and we're not. And we're caught with our pants down and we're getting murdered. And you know what? I used to be anti-guns, but the way they're just taking out elderly Black people in the sunset, the retirement stage of their lives, where it's supposed to be the golden ages of their life era. And they're just going to church, going to the grocery store.
They didn't live their lives. They lived their lives, and then you
one
just
of the ladies. She was a proud member of that always looked out for the neighborhood to make sure that the children, you know, did the right thing, civil rights, like, you know.
But it's interesting. They didn't even wrestle dude down. They didn't. Once again, you probably took his ass to McDonald's too. You didn't wrestle them down. He didn't have a scratch on him or nothing. You just walked him to the car.
Yes.
Why wasn't he murdered in police custody like we are when Tamir Rice, who's 12 years old, was killed in under 2 seconds?
In my honest opinion, it's like when they rolled up on him, you're right. They should have took him out.
Beat his ass.
I mean, they got to tell him, put down the gun. If you know this one got done killed 10 people.
Shoot.
What are we doing? So
you know,
now he got to feed him in jail. He now gets to go and be in a white supremacist gang in jail, and he gets three meals in a cop. You know, it's crazy. Why the hell wasn't he taken out immediately?
On his gun, it said, "Here's your reparations," and it said the N-word.
Yes.
If there ever was a threat that police should feel fear for their lives, it should be this kid, not the Black man that's in his own yard holding his cell phone, not the little Black kid that's playing in the park that's 12 years old. You even investigate. Why do they have the patience and grace with them, but never with us? Never.
But legislation want to use their money to use taxpayers' dollars to create more jails. But I digress.
Right. Legalize slavery. They get that free labor in there. All right, y'all. All right, we got to take a break. We're going to talk more about a whole bunch of other stuff when we come back. We're going to take a quick commercial break and gather our thoughts, and we'll be back after this. Welcome back to Cocktails with the Queens. We were talking during the break about that shooting that there's some, we're going to confirm this. We're going to find out about this. The kid was just apparently maybe allegedly just given the gun, but we're not sure. We're going to find out about that. I don't understand these parents giving their children guns. I don't get this. Do you?
I don't understand having body armor. I don't like, is somebody in your family military? Like, I'm done.
You know, there's a book in the library, Behold the Pale Horse, that kind of tells about a lot of government secrets. It would be a book that you would instantly get flagged when you would like check it out in the library. And the author ended up having several assassination attempts and finally was murdered, right? Or he was killed, right? You get flagged when you get that book. Why are we not flagging people that are getting body armor? What do you need when you're getting body armor? You're going to war, or what are you doing? A bank robbery, correct? Right? What are you doing with body armor?
Something where you doing something wrong when you feel like you need some damn protection against you knowing somebody gonna shoot your ass.
Right.
All this should be banned. All of it.
You know what? I'm over it.
Should be like things that are either allowed for the military or for police. Do you know what I mean? You know, like it just, this is what happens when things are like getting out of control.
Oh, you know what? You know what? Remember the rapper stuff that was wearing Teflon on the chest. That's a phrase, a verse in a song, Teflon on my chest. I don't know if they started it, but because the kids are seeing that, of course, they're mimicking that as well. They're mimicking.
That's a good point. 50 Cent.
And I also, you said something about the, like, you know, like songs and like video games and stuff like that. Are people being desensitized? Because I just feel like people feel like we started with the school shootings and things like that, how it's like they all think that it's like shoot them up, dun dun dun, kill, press start over. Have they, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are they getting desensitized that the value of life is not being valued anymore?
Good point, Vivica, because you know what? When we look at the video games now, they look so real. So they trip me out. Remember, we had Donkey Kong and Pac-Man back in the Atari.
Right.
Now
you shot ducks.
Now they got these games where you a cop, you kill the
Call
cops,
of Duty,
shoplifting and it's almost like, well, why you gotta have a game where you gotta be shooting up, bang, bang, and killing folks, and they get right back up and they have 9 lives like a cat or something. But you got to know that ain't this damn, the world ain't a game.
It feels like they're getting great training with these video games to be a marksman. Okay, before we move on, we want to celebrate the life of Aaron Salton Jr., the security guard who died while trying to stop the shooter. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family. All right, let's get into this other story. A 9-year-old.
You are a hero. You are a hero, man. Thank you.
All right, y'all. A 9-year-old white boy stormed up to the home of Dee and Carissa Nash, a Black family in Texas, brandishing a whip and allegedly demanding that he wanted to confront their 9-year-old daughter. The incident was captured on video. Take a look.
Hey guys, so check out this video of this little boy coming to my house, beating on my door with a whip, trying to attack my daughter.
Little boy, you better get your ass from off my porch beating on my door like this. I will call the police. You need to leave.
So after he was chastised by Carissa Nash, the boy left and allegedly scratched the family's Audi, right? He scratched their car. The Nashes then went to the boy's home to tell his father, Brian Thomas Brunson, about the incident. But it appears that Brunson, he came to the door with a gun and demanded that they leave and accidentally pulled the trigger on himself, almost pulled the trigger on his gun. He almost shot himself. Brunson faces a felony charge. Now, did y'all see this? I saw the video where, you know, the parents went up to him to tell him about their son, and he was very belligerent. What are your thoughts on this? And here in Texas, just so you know, I live here and I'm ready to leave. They got rid of like all the red tape to get guns. Like anyone can just get a gun. And it's, of course, it's not us getting them. It's them types over there. What y'all think about this?
Well, first of all, when I first heard the video and that Black mama came out and said, boy, if you don't get your ass away from my door, I was like, yes, girl, that's the Black mama for you. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have snatched his ass on the inside, but that's another thing. But
okay.
But that's it. You remember when we used to be afraid of our next door neighbors because they was able to take our ear and be like, let me take you to your mama's house. And it was like, okay, Mrs. So-and-so, these kids don't have no respect. It's no way he should have came to their door knocking like he was the damn police with a damn whip or no sort at all. But then the parents did the right thing to go over there, but to be confronted with an ignorant parent, of course, that's what's going down. That's what's trickling down. Like
ghetto ass parents. That white boy had some ghetto ass parents. Okay. And ghetto is not for us. We don't own that. That is not that's their attitude. Stank and raggedy.
Because that's the first thing I asked. I said, where the hell did he get a whip from?
Parent, that's probably his mom. His mama's whip to whip his daddy.
And the audacity. Like, what was you gonna do?
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? What did you think you was gonna do with that whip to this little girl?
And supposedly he had the wrong person. I heard something about there was some confusion about who he was, going after. But he's a future.
How is this 9-year-old child filled with that much rage?
Yes.
Once again, what's going on?
A future little serial killer. Listen to his daddy talking trash at the house.
Maybe his
this
parents
shit needed to stop when they took the law into their own hands, saying the parents couldn't hit the kids no more. When that shit started happening, that's when all this shit started going down.
Maybe his parents worked as one of the police officers at the border of Haiti. So they had some whips handy. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe that's where you got the whips from. My point is this. My concern is this. When we talk about white privilege and white people get all upset and bothered up under the collar about white privilege, the fact that he has been taught that he can walk up on a porch of a stranger. Now look at this now, a stranger. How you know that that your child couldn't have gotten snatched in that house, like Lisa Ray said, and literally beaten to death? How do you know that the parents or that family wasn't crazy enough to whoop up on that kid? They could have had that kid in the basement. Like you don't want to just teach your kids just general basic safety laws, like to not walk up on a stranger's porch.
Yes.
The fact that he has that much privilege and that much energy to be able to walk up on the porch and do that and then hitting the door.
Yes.
It speaks volumes about our world.
Assaulting the door.
It speaks volumes about our country. And it speaks volumes about parenting.
Didn't know that he went to that door like that. They didn't. I don't believe that they would have said to him, going up to that door. I think
you defended him. I'm saying he saw it. So you defended him. The father back in the day, even if let's say the father didn't know, if them parents came up to that door, he would have got him together right then and there. Like, I know you didn't. He would have got a spanking right in front of those parents or told, I'm so sorry. He should have never, I don't know where he got that from, something. But instead, he almost kills himself.
Right.
Trying to defend foolishness.
Like I said,
shit he taught him.
Like I said, the parents are trash. When we used to live in East Providence, Rhode Island, we had some racist upstairs neighbors when we lived in an apartment, and we were on the first floor and they were on the second. They used to stomp on the floors real hard, be loud. And one time the son, his name is Jeff, him and his sister used to call me and my brother the N-word all the time. And his white trash mother used to, beat that N-word down. And she was encouraging it. She was talking to a 12-year-old like that. We were 12. This little boy hit me in the face with a skateboard. The parents never checked him. They encouraged it. You know what was so funny? Years later, after I went to LA and worked on some TV shows, I came back home and had to go to the grocery store. And guess who had to bag my groceries? It was amazing. The way that
with the skateboard.
Wow.
I said, I'll take classic
now. Look at him now.
Hey, we definitely going to be keeping y'all updated on these stories. And I just hate that it's every single day. It's another story with race. And we're going backwards very quickly.
Going backwards.
Yep.
So speaking of going backwards, the Bans Off Our Bodies protest happened around the country on Saturday, following the leak of a draft of the Supreme Court opinion that would overturn Roe versus Wade. Now, it's been reported that if Roe versus Wade were overturned, at least 26 states are certain or likely to ban abortions, which could affect 36 million women, in addition to more people who can become pregnant. Now, what are your thoughts on the possibility of this happening? Vivica, let's start with you. What are your thoughts on this?
It is ridiculous. The fact that this is like, as you said, going backwards. This was... It was
settled in 1973, and all those justices, when they were being appointed, all lied.
We're going backwards. 50 years digging this up, but they can't figure out any kind of way to get control about gun control. It's ridiculous. Why is this coming up? That's what I want to know. Why is this coming up? Who got on the Supreme Court and was like, we need to figure out something about these women's, and I just, and are they offering any solutions as far as we're going to work with
Planned
yes, I mean with birth control?
No.
What are we going to do for the men that are, I already told you how I feel about this. We ain't telling the men what to do with their bodies. What's going on with this, that they feel that they got to go a law that was 50 years ago, that now they got to come with this now?
Can't get pregnant without a penis, but there's no regulation on penises. No penile regulations.
Because they don't want us to procreate. That's why the blackness, they're trying to control the population of the black people.
Is that why do you say that, Lisa Ray?
It just sounds good.
Well, I do think there is some things about population, but I don't think they care about black people. I think it's for white people, because now is the first time in lots of places that the Hispanic population is bigger than the black population in America. Okay,
they don't have abortions, girl. They have all their kids. You know that.
Right. But I'm saying a lot of white girls are having abortions, and they are losing their majority in America. So the browning of America is happening. So when the Latinos, so their birth rate, Lisa, right? Their birth in Texas, there's some parts where it's like separated by a percentage point, Latinos and white. So they don't like that. So they're gonna make their little sisters and cousins have their babies, even if they got them pregnant, West Virginia, and some of these places that are okay with incest. Like, how are they saying, not to generalize the whole state, but how are they saying even in cases of incest or rape, you're gonna have that baby? White people are afraid, and you see this white boy with the little manifesto, he was all worried about the replacing of white people with Latinos and blacks. So they're feeling like their numbers are slipping, so they're gonna make you have your baby.
I feel like too, it's just a lot of it's a cap fest, because white men, they always want to acquire all the power. They don't want nobody to have no power to do nothing. And I feel like it's a setup. Even though that this was a secret thing and this was leaked, I feel like they want to overturn Roe versus Wade because they want to have a trickling effect. They want to be able to overturn gay marriage. They want, it's a lot of little stuff in the 14th Amendment that if they are able to overturn Roe versus Wade, that they get to overturn a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I believe that at the end of the day, it's about power. It's about, controlling women, which is something that they lost control of. You feel me? Like if they get to control women again, then they get to control other things. I feel like there's some things that I feel like, because you don't care about life. You're not pro-life. So stop.
Not at
Get
all.
on out of here with the pro-life, because the true tea is you like killing people, i.e. the people down to the guns, the boy that just shot up everywhere. You're allowing people to have guns. You like killing people, slavery. You like killing people, police brutality. You like killing people, the death penalty. You run around here talking about your pro-choice and pro-life. I don't think that has anything to do with it. And it ain't got nothing to do with religion, whatever happened to church and state. Like, it's just cap to me. There's underlying foolishness in terms of power. It's all about power, and white people, white men.
Let me read this tweet real quick, and we're going to come back and talk about this. We have to go to commercial. Kiki Palmer recently shared her thoughts on the overturning of Roe versus Wade. She said, y'all trying to force people to have kids and have the nerve to make it a formula shortage. Make it make sense.
Facts on that too.
No. You know what she was saying with that, right? It's like, because, wait a minute, because I want to make sure that people understand that she's saying, y'all forcing people to have kids, but we're having a formula shortage. So we don't even have enough food to feed the babies. Make it make sense.
And don't blame Biden on this. This is stuff that Trump implemented when he was in office, because Canada is one of the biggest providers of baby formula. Okay, so let's just get that out the way before y'all say, oh, it's Biden. Trump did a lot of this stuff with the supply chain shortage. This started with steel and wood under his watch, but Biden's in office now, so it looks really bad. Not saying Biden's perfect. I'm not cheerleading, but I'm gonna call a spade, and this spade is on Trump, because he started. Who fights with Canada? The most peaceful country.
They're so nice. I got a ton of Canadian friends. They're so nice. Hey,
let's take a quick commercial break.
They like free healthcare, so
Yeah, they
They
do.
like liking their people. They like their community.
Quick commercial break, and we'll be back with the Queen, and we got a really interesting topic tonight for you. We'll be right back with more after this. Cocktails with the Queen. Shout out to the 1,700 people in the chat right now, and we appreciate you. Throw up some thumbs up. Yes, thumbs up, soulmates, if you're enjoying the show. Okay, ladies, we have reached the part of the show where we talk about our relationships, the challenges we have faced in our lives, and how we overcame them. Welcome to our queendom. All right, now this is interesting. I want to hear what y'all got to say about this. Tonight's topic will focus on whether y'all should keep a secret rainy day account from your husband. Now, the topic was inspired by a repost from R&B singer Avant. The caption reads, "My husband works and I'm a stay-at-home mom. He is the most unselfish person I know. I handle all the finances and he has never said or acted like it was his money. It's our money. Anyway, he's upset with me because he found out I had a bank account he knew nothing about. He said that women keeping a stash of hidden money in case the marriage fails is like a man keeping his side chick in case the marriage fails, and we both need to be all in or nothing. Is it wrong for a wife to keep a secret stash for a rainy day?" Soulmates, feel free to drop your answers in the chat. Selena, let's start with you. What do you think about this?
Oh no, I think Lisa Ray is itching to answer this one.
Oh,
I was gonna say, I get his point of what he was saying. I mean, the side chick is not by no means the same as having some money on the side, but in the form of manifestation, if you feel that, ooh, I got to save this money just in case, that is putting out a negative vibe. You know, I can understand that. However, I think that if she would have sat down with him and said, well, babe, I got my own little money because I'm saving, you know, for a rainy day, or I'm just saving up and I just want to have something separate so I can touch it and do with it as I please. And it's mine, but I want to let you know about it, you know, because I think it's part of communication. And unless he's trying to just have some of that money too, you know what I mean? And I'm sure, like you said, that's just for a rainy day kind of thing. And if he's the provider, then I don't see why he would have a problem with her having a little something on the side. I think it's wording. I think she shouldn't have worded it that way, saying that, you know, just in case this don't work kind of thing. You didn't say she did. That you said that actually, no, he didn't say that, right? No, she didn't tell him that it was for a rainy day.
Yeah, I think. What do you think, Viv?
Well, you know, mom and them always taught you to have a little something on the side. Now, y'all, come on, keep that real. I don't know why I'm stuttering tonight, because folks is just getting on my nerves with they stuff today. I'm not going to even lie. Listen, you should always make sure you have something to take care of yourself. It's good to have a joint banking account that is for the family. You should never you always are taught that in life, never put all of your money in one pot. So, you know, if his feelings are going to get hurt because she has something on the side for a rainy day for herself, she needs to look at her mate.
He needs to do the same thing.
Yeah, because I guarantee you, he's probably got something on the side as well.
That's no.
Yeah, I think all adults should do the adult thing and have a little something on the side. And it's not just for a rainy day. You should, as being part of being an adult, you should have some money just in case. You don't know if a switch up is going to happen. This person could pass. Your bank account could get hacked. That happened to me before. Like, got drained. You don't know what's going to happen. And I hear you, Lisa Ray, about speaking negativity into your relationship, but I think there's nothing wrong with having a little something like your own little stash to be proud of. Selena, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've been married for going on 15 years. And I'll tell you, I totally agree with having a bank account on the side for this reason. You don't know what can go on in a marriage, you know, with both couples. There are ups and downs in each other's finances. Anything could happen where you lose everything. Wouldn't it be awesome if your woman said, hold on now, I got a side account that I've been saving, so we good. Then is it a bad thing? If that man lost his job, lost everything, and she's a stay-at-home mom, and they had nothing, he had no way to pay the bills, he lost everything. But she said, that's okay, baby, because I've saved. I've been saving on the side just in case something like this was to happen. Then would it be a negative thing? Would it be a bad thing? It's just a matter of men we have these men and these egos and these insecurities. You have to stop, because it's actually a sabotage of your own self. You have to know that women are not dumb. We're smart, and you have to entrust us with doing certain things just in your own personal mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay if we don't tell you absolutely everything, because please understand, we know that you don't absolutely tell us everything. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't want to know everything. To be perfectly
they say
honest,
when you go looking for trouble, you find it.
Hello, somebody.
Robin Lewis said, Diary of a Mad Black Woman was a lesson for me. He could show and kick you clean out with nothing. And I will say this, with statistics saying divorce is rampant in over 50% of marriages, why would you not? Like, we all want to go into it thinking it's forever, it's happily ever after. But the facts are the facts. Most marriages, well, the majority of them now are ending in divorce. So the person you marry on your wedding day who loves your dirty draws, it's like, I don't care about prenups, I don't care about money, is not the person that you're going to be breaking up with.
And then it's good, that's all good. And when it's bad, it's bad. Because look what Gucci Man's young lady did. He went off and she doubled their money. And when he came back, he was fine with that.
You see what I'm saying?
And it's not a little something on the side.
And it's not just about, being able to, it's also more than just about the man. What about the kids? Like, let's say nothing happens and everything's great and the husband takes care of everything, and you still got this stash on the side that you're able to say, oh, okay, little Johnny wasn't able to use financial aid. Guess what? We don't have to take out loans for our child, because I've been saving on the side. So now I can put our child through college with this fund, or I can give this fund to the kids so that when they graduate from college, now he can invest in real estate and not be renting coming out of college. There's so many assets, and there's so many positives to saving money. And let me tell you, saving it without telling them is the best way, because people always, when you know that there's money there, then you'll always try to refer to it. But if you can't save money like that when you know it's there. That's so right. If everybody knows it's there, you got to kind of put money away. Anybody that knows how to save money knows that they got to almost forget that it's even there and just let your bank account automatically withdraw.
Sean Dudley McClure says you should always have separate access in case of emergencies. Bank access can get frozen after death. The IRS, etc. My man went on strike for 6 months. I had it on lock and he was happy. So I think the consensus is there's nothing wrong with it, as long as you not do it in a sneaky way, like, ooh, so I can leave him. You know what I mean? Like, it's to take care of yourself and to make sure you're good. Nobody wants to be old girl from Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Kat,
and maybe he should take a page out of her notebook and he should start saving him some money on the side as well.
That part.
All right, ladies, good conversation. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be back with more Cocktails with Queens after this. Welcome back to Cocktails with the Queens. Okay, ladies, we have got to get your take on this story. Okay. Well, last week we reported that Pastor Jamal Bryant threw some shade at the passing of Kevin Samuels. Bryant said, how can a man say you don't have the level of attraction of a high value man if he got to get a GoFundMe for his funeral? Well, he recently released an apology and said, Benjamin Franklin once said, the best way to mess up an apology is to add an excuse. I extend my deepest condolences and apologies to Kevin Samuels' family and friends. Thank you to all who purpose to keep me accountable. We grow from mistakes and birth maturity. Humility will always defeat arrogance. We grow as we go. What are your thoughts on this apology? Who wants to go first on this one?
I don't think he owed him an apology. I don't think that took away condolences or something. I think he was right. It's like, right, with all that he was talking about, you should have this, this, and that, and I'm dressed to the nine, and I act like this, and I do that. How do you not have your stuff in place? Because the type of woman you're asking for is you want her to be this, this, and that, but what do you have in place? And it's proven that he didn't have all of his shit together because he have to go get a GoFundMe page.
Well, that may be fake. The family came out and said that's not a true story, that they're refusing the money. That may be a fake story that someone put out there, but I don't know. Like, y'all think bread or not?
That still stands. If they did, then that's what I got to say about it.
Okay.
Lisa Ray. Vivica, you want to take a stab at it? They was coming for me in the comments last week.
Not a stab, Claudia. Really? Okay.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. A poke?
A poke?
A try.
Well, Pastor, the reason why folks was coming for you, so because they said those who lives in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. So I think that was the whole recanting of things. God bless him that he apologized.
That was a very Southern bellish. That was very Southern bellish, Vivica.
Are you okay?
That
Are you
was
all right
very-
to put my hand on your forehead? You all right? Put your head up here.
Let the church say amen.
Listen, and the Oscar goes to
Vivica, you tried it just now.
Amen. Amen. Okay.
Selena Johnson, say you.
I am not in a position to speak on the dead. Okay. And so that for me, I'm going to exit stage left, and I'm going to bow out of this conversation in terms of this topic, because I said what I said about Kevin Samuels. I think that it's nice that Jamal Bryant retracted his statement. If it bothered people, he does lead a very, very big congregation. He is the man of God. He has to be non-biased. So, I mean, I see where it come from.
Can you be a man of God like just only on certain days of the week?
Well, Miss Claudia, I don't know about the days of the week, but I know that he leads a big congregation and that he is the man of God. That's all I know.
In Jesus' name, let's say amen.
Didn't Eddie Long lead a big congregation?
Well, Miss Claudia, now Claudia.
I listen, and I come to you humbly with these questions. I'm just asking the question because I need to learn. I want y'all to school me.
Listen, for me, I am in no position to put anyone in heaven or hell. So as far as this story is concerned, in terms of Jamal Bryant, he may have made some mistakes in the past. But as far as this specific particular story, I understand what he was trying to say and what he was trying to do. And that's what I got.
I got what he was trying to say. I wasn't really that mad at him.
Me neither.
But I guess when people die, depending on who they are, we're supposed to not say anything negative. Everything is forgiven. We're not supposed to forget everything that was said, I guess.
Well, it's like we said last week. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Yes.
It's interesting because, we get paid to have an opinion, and then we get slandered for that opinion. However, I'm okay with that because I don't believe that just because we have an opinion, everyone needs to agree. That's fine. What I'm not okay with is the way that people disagree. You don't need to be ugly and ignorant and disrespectful and stupid in the way that you disagree because you disagree with someone. It's not that serious, because if you saw them in person and on the street, you wouldn't behave that way. And if you did, that means you have mental illness. So the truth of the matter is, it's fine for people one side to feel this way, one side to feel this way. Like, we have to be okay with that.
Everyone is entitled to their opinion.
And let me just say this before we go to break. I'm not against the church. No one hurt me in church. I just feel like some, not all, and I had a family member that did this. Some people will abuse people's faith in a church and manipulate them to get money. And I don't think that's right. I think there's people that go to church they have a lot of faith and they come here for the word. So when I see that, you're clearly manipulating for a check, for a jet, for this, for that, for your material things, for your own selfish, fleshy ways, worldly things that you want. I don't think that's right, because these people truly believe in what you're telling them. That is my issue with some churches, not all, because I love some churches.
I'm with you on that, Claudia. And you know how I deal with that in my spirit. If you're going to be an advocate for God, that means you're pretty close to him. That means his reach is also very close to slap the hell out of you when he needs to.
There you go.
So God will take care of that.
Well, we're going to take a quick commercial break before we get slapped in the mouth by the producers. So we're going to be right back with more cocktails.
Definitely going to get in trouble.
After this. Cocktails with the Queens. We're going to try to get through 2 stories and a game so we can end on a high note. We had a lot of heavy topics tonight. Okay, now social media influencer Respectfully Justin posted an interesting tweet, and I want to get y'all's opinion on it. He said, men aren't strong enough to handle the truth. Just lie to us. I don't care what he says to convince you to tell him the truth. Lie. Do you ladies agree? Vivica, let's start with you. Do you agree?
Well, coming from a man, he letting you know how to work them. So agree.
Okay, agree. Okay, Selena, what do you think?
I agree. And I went on down to the comments, girl, because that's where life is, down to the commentary.
Right.
And it was so many men in the comments like, yup, lie to me. I'm gonna tell you, that male ego, honey, it's real fragile. They don't want that truth. That truth ain't nothing nice for them. So I agree with that as well. They can't handle it like we can. Shoot, lie to me too, though. As a woman, lie to me. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I got too much anxiety. I don't want to know.
Lisa Ray, what say you?
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like they can't handle everything, and they don't take in things like we take in things. You know, men are from Mars and women are from Venus. And I'm like you, Selena. You know, kind of. You know, if I don't run up on you and catch it, see it, then I don't care. You know what I mean?
I don't see it.
I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? But if the shoe's on the other foot and I run up on you,
you're gonna suffer the consequences.
Okay. Certain things, it's obvious, lie about. Am I the best you ever had? Do I look fat? Are we gonna be together forever? All that kind of stuff. I get it. But you know, y'all know what you should and shouldn't lie about, okay? That's all I got to say about that. Real quickly, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, well, cheating, you really do gotta lie about that because you can't do it.
Oh yeah.
You can't tell me.
Wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
Yeah. That's your eyes playing tricks on you. Okay. Real quick, ladies, a surgeon in India is preparing to carry out a uterus transplant for a transgender woman who hopes to become pregnant. Dr. Kaushik, a surgeon in New Delhi who runs the Transgender Surgery Institute, announced this week that he would attempt the implantation of the donated uterus so that the transgender woman can undergo in vitro IVF to give birth. Now, while a few uterus transplants have been successful on cisgender women in the past, they have failed in transgender women. I wonder why. However, the doctor believes innovation in technology will bring about promising results. Every transgender woman wants to be as female as possible, and that includes being a mother. That's what they said. What are your thoughts? Lisa Ray, you seem to be having quite the reaction, so I would like to go to you first.
I do have a lot of transgender friends. And then I have some that, you know, have not cut off their thing, but they do have the hormones to have breasts and stop their hair from growing and all of that. And I love all of them, you know. But now I'm speaking as far as science here. I think scientifically, they take it too far. Because you get into cloning, you get into switching and changing and making things what is wasn't intended to be. And then you get all screwed up. And that's why the Jetsons is going to be so much more popular. Because remember when we were kids, we used to watch the escalator and the cars flying around. And now the shit is happening now, right? Now look at all the stuff that we see on movies, like the plague. Is all of that going to start happening now? So sometimes I think science go too far. I think it should be how God intended it to be.
Okay. Selena, what do you think? Selena?
My thing is, look here. We just got finished talking about how y'all can't even handle the truth. How the hell you think you're going to handle having a baby? Why would you even want a uterus? Do you even know that we don't even be wanting it sometimes? Don't nobody want to have periods and cramps and all this other stuff, menopause and perimenopause and hot flashes. All of that comes with uteruses. Do you really want that kind of smoke? I think you need to do your research. It's not an accessory. It's not like a pair of earrings. You can't just put on a pair of high heels. A uterus ain't a pair of high heels. You really need to do your research. And it can really jam you up as a person inside because it's not genetically right. It's not supposed to be. That's not the way that God said it's supposed to go. And I don't look at that.
Vivica, let's get your take on it. We don't.
I agree with Lisa Ray.
That's the
you know, enough is enough. Stop messing with human nature, and a woman is to carry a child to birth one. Like, I get that if you want to change and stuff like that, but like, don't mess with that. Don't mess.
You don't want no baby. You don't want that smoke.
With all the missing Black women that have been turning up missing uteruses, we'll get into that another time. It's a lot of shadiness around this. And I feel like it's more than being able to carry a baby than just putting a uterus into a genetically male body. As far as compatibility, there's a lot of other things going on. All right, with that being said, let's get into this game real quick. In honor of last night's Billboard Music Awards, I want to play a fashionable game of hot or not. Ladies, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, first up, the host of the Billboard Awards, Diddy. Was he hot or not?
I didn't see it.
Are we going to have pictures?
There he is.
Oh, yeah.
Baby, all white, everything.
All white. Yes, Diddy. White,
okay.
hot.
Fashion icon, hot.
Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly, were they hot or not?
Ooh, they look great. Giving us a little more tissue, but it's hot.
Megan Thee Stallion, hot or not? Wait, that's Tiana. There's Megan.
That was not Megan Thee Stallion. Yes, that girl is giving body, yada, 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 yada.
Okay.
Okay, next up, Mary J. Blige, hot or not?
Hot. I don't even need to see the picture.
Oh.
And last but not least, Chloe Bailey, hot or not? Ooh, I like that.
Oh,
hot.
They were giving.
They were serving body last night. Yeah.
Tiana Taylor. What about Tiana Taylor, you all?
Tiana Taylor always was good. I think she's so sexy and so hot.
Taylor.
Okay, I want to thank my girls, Lisa Ray, Selena Johnson, Vivica Fox, and thank you for watching us on YouTube. Stay tuned for the posts. Ladies, see you next Monday. Bye.
See you next Monday.